Shalom Mashbuka. I pray all is well, all is doing well with everyone. This message here, I have to explain how the Most High gave me this message. And this is what happened to me. I'm doing what I do. I'm out, I'm about, and I go a certain area. I travel a certain area on foot. And the Most High told me, as I was walking, the Most High told me to look up. This is what I heard. And I traveled this place near my home all the time. And I do look up. I look up a lot. I look up at the sky, especially at night. I pay attention. But this particular area, he told me to look up. And I looked up and I looked around and I saw something. Although I've walked past this place many, many times, I saw something I never ever seen before, although I didn't know it was there, right above my head. And I had no idea it was there. And then the Most High spoke this word: take another look. Son, you need to take another look. And this is what I heard. And what he's telling us, people think they know something. You think and you know. All of us, we've experienced this. We were in Christianity. We thought we knew something. And the Most High is saying to his people, take another look. Look at this thing again. Dig deeper into this thing. Is this fact? Is it so? So our people, we need to take another look. And that's what this message is about. Take another look. I thought I knew the area and I could explain and tell you everything in that area. I would have explained everything but this one detail because I didn't look closely. A lot of times things be right in front of our face and we don't see it because we're not looking closely. When we dig into his word, we need to look closely at his word. We need to go into Aubrey, not just take it for English. We need to go into the Aubrey, break it down, what it's saying, break down the meaning of the letters in Aubrey. What is the Most High saying? So the Sadducees in Matthew 22, 23 through 32, Yahushua was telling them, you need to take another look because what they thought was incorrect. That the same day, the Sadducees, who say there's no resurrection, this is what they believed. They believe there's no resurrection, came to him saying, Teacher, Moshe said that if a man dies having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up offspring for his brother. That's if the brother dies with no children. It says, now there were with us 7 brothers. The first died after he married and having no offspring, left his wife to his brother. Likewise the second and the third, and even all the way up to the 7th. It continues. And at last of all, the woman also died. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife, listen what they're thinking about. Whose wife of the 7 will she be? For they all had her. They want to know, so whose wife? She's had all these husbands that died and she remarried. Whose wife? And Yahushua answered and said to them, you see, this is what he's telling them. Their thinking is off. Many times our thinking be off. We think we know something. He says, you mistaken, not knowing the scriptures. This is where we fall short. We fall short, mistaken, not knowing the scriptures. If you don't know the scriptures, nor the power of the Most High, if you don't know the scripture, you're going to be lost. People that believe Shaul, they're mistaken, not knowing the scriptures. That's why he can say whatever, and they agree with it. They are mistaken, not knowing the scriptures. This happens in most all of our situations. In Christianity, we was mistaken, not knowing the scripture, nor the power of the Most High. For in the resurrection, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are like Malach of the Most High, of Shamayim, But concerning the resurrection of the dead, have you not read? This is what he's saying. You don't know these things. Have you not read what was spoken to you by the Most High, saying, I am the mighty one of Abraham, the mighty one of Yitzchak, the mighty one of Jacob, the mighty one. It says, Yahuwah is not the mighty one of the dead, but the living. He is the mighty one of the living. And here we go. This is, I'm thinking of the verse. I'm thinking of when he says, does the prophets live forever? You see, they die out, but his people are still here. So here we see here. If you look at Isaiah 42:8, the Christians, anybody that read the Bible, they will see this. I am the Lord. That is my name. So you see, they say, so they call on the Lord. They call on the Lord, but is that his name? Remember, they said the Bible is untainted. It's perfect. If you come to grips with reality, we have to face it and realize that something is definitely wrong with the words that we read. Someone has added to. See, the Lord, this is a horrible, very horrible translation here in English. His name is the Lord. We need to take another look at this. And so this is one of the first things when people come into the knowledge of the truth. We have to figure out what is this name, because it's not the Lord, and we stop calling him the Lord because we know this is a lie. And people like to say, that the scriptures, I hear it over and over. It's perfect. The scriptures are perfect. Nothing wrong with them. If it's perfect, why are we reading in Proverbs 30:4? What is his name? And what is his son's name? If he knew they would remove his name from scripture. He knew we would lose our heritage, our language, and be speaking a Babylonian language, English. He knew this. And we would call him God-Lord and think that's his name. So he put it in here. What is his name? What is his son's name? Oh, here are the people that say he doesn't have a son. But we're saying, what is his son's name? If he doesn't have a son, what are we? You see, people make this statement. They need to take another look. You need to look again. So what is his name? Where can we find his name? When I read in Zadok 2:10, this is when I know I'm going to have to dig into Aubrey. At that time, I was saying Hebrew. I'm going to have to dig into the Hebrew to understand what his name is. So I went into Aubrey and I dug into Aubrey. This is what it says. And through his Mashiach, he shall make them know his Ruach HaKodesh, and he is true. And in the true interpretation of his name are their names. So in the Most High's name, you will find their names in his name. And so we have to find out, what is their name? Yehuda. Yahuda? Yahuwah's. Who are these people? In his name you will find there in their names, there is his name. This is what we find out. But them, he hated. The Most High, there's some people he hated. He hated more than just Esau. Them he hated. He made to go astray. So anyone you see going astray, we step aside. We step aside and we allow them to go astray. We don't try to. These are those he hates. And we have people out there trying to get these people he hates to come in, to get them to see scripture. He's calling you. No, these are the people that he hates. And these are the people that they're not coming in. As the last message, they're damned. They're already doomed. They're destined. They already chosen their path. And there's no prayer for these people. He told Jeremiah, don't pray for these people. He wanted to pray for these people. What is he praying? He's praying a righteous prayer for their deliverance. He's praying that they know the Most High. He's praying for their healings. He's praying for their total restoration. And the Most High said, don't pray for these people. These people didn't take another look. See, when you don't take another look, you end up on the wrong road. You end up, there's right and left. There's light and darkness, life and death. And see, you're on the wrong road. Instead of being on the way, knowing the way, you go out of the way. And when these people go out of the way, they end up in Shaul. What else we have? We have people that say, Yahuwah, he's going to gather us. You see, right there. I will gather you from the nations. And the people say, we have nothing to do. This is what they say. The Most High is going to gather us. And they sit still. These people really need to take another look. This is what the Most High is saying to them. You think you know something, but you are mistaken, not knowing the scriptures nor the power of the Most High. You are sadly mistaken that he's going to gather you. And you don't have you don't have a part to play. And our people don't understand how the Most High worked with his people, although it's all through the scriptures. So when these people sit still and do nothing, this is what they're waiting on. Jeremiah 30:7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It shall be a time of Jacob's trouble. So this is what's coming. Jacob's trouble is what they're waiting on. If he gathered, I've said this over and over, and none of these people that believe this, none of these people have the answer. If he gathers all of his people, who's going to be in Jacob's trouble? Where are those that keeping the commandments that's being killed? War being waged against these people? Daniel said, I saw and behold, this thing was making war with the righteous and was killing them all the way up until the time of the Mashiach was to come. So once again, he gathers all of us. Who's going through Jacob's trouble? If these people have not taken another look and do not understand Jacob's trouble coming before this gathering that they're talking about, they're talking about Isaiah 11:11. Isaiah 11:11 is after Jacob's trouble. And most of those people are within the borders or in or near the borders. And they are far from the borders, far from the throne. But he shall be saved out of it. It will be a few that will be saved out of it. Daniel 12:1. At that time, Michael shall stand up, the great prince who stands watch over the sons of your people. And there should be a time of trouble. So here are these righteous people dealing with a time of trouble. Why didn't he deliver these people? You see, these people, they're not going to take another look because they've sealed in their mind what they already want to believe. Such as never was since there was a nation, even to this time, even at that time. And at that time, your people shall be delivered. Everyone who is found written in the book. Is your name written in the book? This is the question. Is your name written? So how is he going to gather the people? We saw this. The Most High showed us. He showed us how he's going to gather his people. Baruch 4:37. Here they come from the east, from the west. Behold, your sons are coming. They're coming gathered by the word of Yahuwah. You see it also Baruch 5:5. The people coming gathered together from the east and the west by the word of the Most High. This is how he gathers his people.